Hey, I wanted to show y'all how we do some plants here indoors with a hydroponic system and an aeroponic system. So the main difference between the two, they are built the same. These are walls that are built here. One uses a spray pump and the other one uses a mist. So this one has recently been converted to a mist. So this is aeroponic. And so this little system, this is all DIY. I built this whole thing myself. It holds 42 plants. So it's basically, there's a plastic sheeting. It's been painted. That's just to try to keep the algae from growing on the outside. Because when these lights hit it, they go through there. There's a fertilizer type of mix that helps them grow. And then that produces algae. So anyway, so that's what that is. But yeah, so I kind of built this and designed it myself. Designed both of them. This is the latest iteration. So this one's better. Doesn't leak as much. That one is that is a Leakosaurus if there ever was one. And then the way that these work. So there's little holes. There's holes that have cut in. There's 42 holes that have cut into this plastic board that is attached to the wood panels here, and with that there are the plants sit in there. So show you how this works. So this holds it in. So these are all 3D printed. There we go. Put this up here so I remember it. And let's see, pull this one out very gently. And there's two pieces here. This one comes through the wall. This one attaches to it. You see it there, sorry. That attaches to it, kind of gives it a little bit extra girth because of this is what done in the project, right? Learn as you go, right? So I use these 3-inch net pots, and in there is the plant is sitting in the net pot with rock wool. So I use rock wool as kind of like a faux soil to kind of help the plant with moisture, as well as give it a little bit of something to start off with. And so that's where I've got in here. I've got a bunch of those set with seeds, and they're growing stuff. So this is a Malabar spinach. This actually came from the outside. So it's one of the seeds that fell and started growing, and so I thought, why not put it in here in the garden? It is doing well. These do really well in an aeroponic system. They do fantastic. So you see the roots are coming out here. So once they pop through, then things really start to take off because they have access to oxygen. They have access to the mist, which they then easily absorb. And in here it's very humid. So we will put that bad boy back in there and put our collar. This keeps it in here. Does a fairly good job of that. Now granted, some of the plants do get large, so that's where I kind of have strings attached to kind of keep them going. They grew a little bit larger than I was expecting, but that is good. So you see I have all sorts of different things in here. These are cherry pepper plants. These are quite large. There's another one right here. I was debating whether or not should I keep it or get rid of it, but then once I said that, then they decided to do some flowering. So that's good. That's what we want, and we want fruit. They also have other stuff in here too. We have kale in there. We've got onions, green onions. I eat those a lot. We've got basil. These are from cuttings, so these are basically just a stick of basil stuck in there, and it started growing. Those do very well there. There's a carrot that's in there. Of course, you see the tomato. We actually have roselle. I'm growing one from the seed when the seeds are harvested. I want to see. Now, granted, that's going to get very large. So, and this crazy thing. This is our winged bean. It hasn't flowered yet, so it's just kind of meandering around and poking out everywhere. So the way that this is done, so there is a drip pan here. in case some of it comes out. Now with the mist, that's not so much of a problem anymore. There's no more big force of water coming through. So this was kind of overkill with it. And let me show you. Let me show you the back. So this is the other one. I'll come back over here in just a minute, but I wanted to show you like what is powering this thing and what are the changes that I made. And I am really happy with this. So now I have the black tarps on it because for some silly reason I decided to do it in clear, and clear lets light in and that creates algae, which isn't really great. So apologize for the old taped up goober mess in here, but it is what it is, and it does work. So this is where you see, here's the power of the whole thing. Though where the plants start to grow, and they grow really well, is that they are hanging, the roots are hanging out all in here. So you see that is that one cherry tomato. No, not cherry tomato, cherry pepper. There's our other one. And so you see all the different ones in here. Let's see. That is I think that is one of the, what you call it? Carrots? Maybe this one is. That might be a carrot. Can't remember. But you see everything in here is moist. It's very moist. Now, I used to have a hydroponic system, and then this would pop through. There were pumps, 2 pumps here, and it would pop through and then spray water. I have switched this over to this aeroponic mist spray. It's, I gotta say, I love it. It cost me about $40 for this little cute system here. And you can do it, you can manually run it. I'll show you how it works. So you see that mist? Now, since it's kind of a retrofit, these would be better if they were pulled back some. So that's what I do plan on retrofitting this a little bit to pull it back, and it would get a larger. I would get more spray, but you see that it's all it's very misty. It's beginning. The mist just kind of sprays around. Everything gets soaking wet, which is good, and it runs for about a minute and turns off. And so it does that. So right now I have it programmed for about every 20 minutes. So I think that's a little bit much. There's not enough dry time in there, but I just want to make sure that this system is working because I just put that in a week ago. So anyway, so the way this goes, this container has all the water and the fertilizer mix in here, and then it pulls it up through basically this little cable right here. Just sits in there with my old duct tape, and then it just pulls it in here, sprays it through that one, comes across, sprays it through here, and sprays it through there, and then there's a stopper that works on there. Very simple to put together. Took me about maybe 10 minutes total to put this together. But yeah, so this is all DIY. It's built off of one of those wireframes. So there's actually 2 here. This is also another one. Done the same. Now this one is not quite as nice as the other system. It does have some leak issues. You see the water here, so it is leaking probably through here or somewhere. It's about time for some TLC love. But this one uses a 2 pumps. So there are 2 pumps that are in here. They cycle like once an hour. Here's the timer. So so I got 2 pumps. I have to use a timer, and then on top of that, because they were drawing so much power, they tend to blow out. They were blowing out my electrical system, so I had to come up with this wacky battery off-grid type of system that they pulled off of. Now, of course, this battery's gone pretty much. You see that one says 11 volts. This is a 12 volt battery, so I think it has seen its last days. And then right now, this is actually running off the power grid, so I've had to put this on the power to run it, so I'm only running this system off of here. So anyway, fun. So, well, yeah, let me show you the other good stuff that's growing here. The cherry tomatoes are growing really well, and as you can see, I've got one that's ready. Sorry, let me get in front of the LEDs. Yep, so that one's ready. I'm gonna let that sit on the vine a little bit longer, see how sweet it gets, and whatnot. So yeah, so the cherry tomatoes, these are two plants, and they are really doing well. I have okra in here. Things are getting a little crowded in here, so I might have to thin something out. But yeah, I got some okra growing here. I'm letting this grow as big as it can get, so I kind of have an idea of how big it will get. I have peppers in here. There's a Thai chili plant in here making Thai chilies. There you have. None of them have turned red yet, but they are producing well. There are mustard greens in here. There's kale. This is kale. It's doing well. I haven't taken anything from this yet. So hopefully I'll try that pretty soon. We've got mustard greens. These are beets. No, radish. These are Chinese radish. They came out a little wonky. You see that in there. So I have no idea when the radish actually comes out and does its thing. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just kind of letting this grow for a little bit. But we have other things, of course. You know, there's onions and more kale, and then another tomato plant and more onions. There's cucumber. There's also another cucumber that is kind of wrapping up his life. And I don't know if you can see it. It's over there somewhere. It's hidden in that jungle. But so yeah, a lot of things can grow in here, and they do grow well. Pretty much any of your lettuce, your kale, mustard greens, any of your leafy stuff does well. Peppers, chilies do exceptionally well in these systems. I mean, look at this. Look at this behemoth. I mean, this thing is a monster. It looks like it's two plants. It's actually two plants. Boy, I bet when that thing finally kicks off with its peppers, it's going to be something crazy. So anyway, I just want to give you all kind of a heads up how this thing worked. I know you've seen little bits of it, but I haven't done a rundown on this in quite a while. Now the lighting is just some basic, these are shop lights. Nothing special about them. They are just the $20 shop lights, or 10 if I can get them on sale. I just strung the 6 up together, and these are all popped in here, and on here they do generate a little bit of heat. These can get up to like 115 degrees, so I think that's going to be nice in wintertime to kind of help keep this nice and warm. And I keep this pretty close as I can to this to help with the growth, so that way they get the maximum amount of lumens that they can possibly get, and that has been really productive. Of course, the tomatoes are making things a little bit more difficult because they are absolutely just exploding. And then the tomatoes do use a lot of water too, so I have to fill these up at least about once a week. So I'm using about, each one I'll fill up about 10 gallons a week. So total water usage for this system is about 40 gallons a week. 40 gallons a month. And then I run through about 400 milliliters of solution a month. I flush it out every month and then redo the solution. So based on where they are growing. So they're all flowering pretty much at this point. So they're going to be mostly boosted on flowers. So I think growth is good. It's time to focus on fruit. So anyway, appreciate y'all hanging with me today and seeing this crazy system built by hand, without an instruction list. Just something that came out of my brain. So appreciate your time, and if you're interested in seeing how these things go later on, feel free to subscribe and share it with your friends. That'd be nice, especially for a little B channel like mine. All right, thanks. Y'all take care and wish you the best.